So that's right. We're getting Bruce Wayne in the Arrowverse, and maybe Batman, but at the moment we know we're getting Bruce Wayne in the Arrowverse. That is insane. Crisis on Infinite Earths is shaping up to be phenomenal. Like, I love Marvel, but one thing they would never do is bring characters from other like franchises and whatnot and bring them into the one huge crossover. Like, it's just like if in Endgame we saw characters from the I don't know, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies or the Fox X-Men movies. This is the equivalent of that. But yeah, Kevin Conroy is playing Bruce Wayne, a future version of Bruce Wayne in Crisis on Infinite Earths. And if you don't know who Kevin Conroy is, he basically has been Bruce Wayne or Batman for the longest amount of time. He's been voicing Bruce Wayne or just Batman in general since 1992 with Batman the Animated Series. He might have been further back than that, but I think Batman the Animated Series when he started. He did the voice of Batman for all of the DCAU spin-offs of Batman the Animated Series, like Batman Beyond and stuff like that, and the Justice League TV show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I also think he did the voice of Batman in the Arkham games and dozens of the movies and whatnot. He's just the definitive voice of Batman. Like, Ben Affleck is my personal favorite Batman, but Kevin Conroy is the definitive Batman, I think. When I'm reading comics, and when there's a Batman panel and Batman's talking, Kevin Conroy's voice is the voice I read Batman in. His voice is just Batman. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's just how I think a lot of people see him. And for him to be Bruce Wayne in this is kind of insane. Like, he actually does kind of look like an older version of Bruce Wayne. He kind of looks like the version of Bruce Wayne from the Batman Beyond TV show. I don't know if they'll go there with this version of the character, but it's going to be really cool to see nonetheless. But that's not all. We also have confirmation that Black Lightning is in the crossover as well. We have dates for the episodes. It's just been an all-around insane weekend, but still no word if Tom Welling is playing Superman. I really hope he is, but I don't know. It's getting to the point now where we're getting so many announcements for other things that I'm getting worried maybe he's not going to be back. But yeah, Black Lightning is in the Arrowverse anyway. It's our first official confirmation. I know it's kind of been, a lot of people have unofficially considered it in the Arrowverse for a while now due to the fact that it's a CW show and that all the CW shows kind of connect and whatnot. It was so weird that, shows like 1990 Flash would connect to the Arrowverse, but things like Black Lightning wouldn't. That's mainly because the showrunner for Black Lightning has been super against the show being connected to the Arrowverse. He just doesn't want crossovers and whatnot. So the fact that they got him to agree to Crisis on Infinite Earths must be pretty telling of how much the CW and WB and DC are trying to push this crossover. It's unconfirmed where he's going to appear or who's going to appear with him. It's just that the characters from Black Lightning will appear. Black Lightning itself, the TV show, won't be a part of the crossover. Like, there won't be an episode of Black Lightning devoted to Crisis, at least none that we know of, because at the moment the shows is Batwoman, Flash, and Supergirl in December of this year, and then Arrow and Legends will be in January. That means the crossover is being split up, which kind of feels like they're trying to do what Infinity War and Endgame did, where there was a year between the movies. There'll probably be a cliffhanger in the last episode of December, leading into the first episode of January. It's also a little weird, because we were told that Arrow was ending in January, but Arrow's only actually getting 7 episodes this fall. Episode 8 in January will be the crossover, and then the 2 episodes after that, which will also be in January, I believe, will be the final episodes of Arrow. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about this. I was kind of excited about the fact that we were going to have a 10-episode tight Arrow final season. That, yeah, it tied into Crisis a lot, but it was just nice to know that there would be a complete 1 to episode 10, straight final season. And the fact that they are splitting up the final season, like, splitting up the crossover on its own is a little bit annoying, but I can see why they're doing it. It's a big 5-episode crossover. It's the biggest they've done. They kind of want to stretch it out as long as possible. But with Arrow, I don't know. I get why it had to be done. Arrow's going to be part of the crossover. It'd be weird for Arrow to end, and then, like, the next Flash episode after Arrow ends was Crisis with all the Arrow characters. Would have made it a little bit too weird. It makes sense they want Arrow to end after the crossover. It just, I don't know. I feel like, personally, the way I would like them to do it would have been to push Crisis and Infinite Earths down to, like, November or something, then give Arrow the breathing space to have its final episodes be in December, so that the season could finish in one kind of consecutive run rather than splitting it all up like this. But hey, the CW execs know more than I do. This is probably going to work out a lot better than I think it will. But yeah, it's just I'm baffled we're actually getting Bruce Wayne in the Arrowverse. This is something that the WB has been getting less and less strict with characters over the years. Like back in Arrow season 1 and 2, you know, we had to the people working on Arrow had to beg just to use characters from the Suicide Squad, for example. Never getting Bruce Wayne. Like we've come so far, and there's also rumors that Bruce Wayne is going to show up in Batwoman season 2, and the fact that Bruce Wayne is showing up in Crisis means that I think it's pretty likely that we'll see Bruce Wayne and Batwoman then in season 2 or season 3, like a present day version of Bruce Wayne, possibly leading into Batman and whatnot, kind of like how Supergirl did. Like Supergirl started off using a lot of the lower tier Superman characters like Non and Toymaster and stuff like that, but then as the show went on, we got Superman, we got the bigger Superman villains like Lex Luthor. I think Batwoman's going to be the same. We'll start off slow with characters like Hush and slowly build up to characters like Riddler, Two-Face, Batman, which I'd be 100% down for. Like, the Arrowverse is just, it's doing DC Comics in a way that no other universe in terms of DC, like the DCAU, yeah, but it had a lot of limitations with being animated, and the DCEU, it's just fallen all over the place. That the Arrowverse really is what I would like a movie version of the DC universe to be, so I'm super happy they're doing this. But yeah, and we're still so far away. We still don't have any footage or anything for the crossover because it's still so far away. But yeah, that's just a bunch of Crisis on Infinite Earths news we have. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and all that. If you have any ideas for DC or Marvel videos you'd like me to do, please let me know, and I would love to do them. And I hope you have an awesome day.